By the end of this video, I would be in a position to convince you why you need to pursue wealth and not status. I have read a few books, I have followed a few financial advisors, and something remains common that most individuals are not wealthy because they want to pursue status and not wealth. Status are normally what individuals are able to observe. But when it comes to wealth, only a few individuals can recognize that a person is wealthy. I am going to use a good example which we were given during my time in university. Our lecturer, who was a teacher, was giving a good example. He was comparing himself to a person from Isiroko area who used to burn Jaco. And this individual, even if he is going to display some status, but he was a person, when it comes to the society, individuals never even attempted to ask some advice from him or some financial assistance from him. And our lecturer, what he said, when it comes to local contributions, when it comes to local programs, local Arambes, individuals have high expectations from lecturers, doctors, lawyers, accountants. But individuals who are engaging or participating in manual works, for example, burning Jaco, doing small businesses, those individuals, the society has retro expectations. Hence, you find individuals, for example, a lecturer, a society expects him to drive a good car. When this lecturer is going to make a contribution, the society also expects this lecturer to make a higher contribution compared to a person, for example, burning charcoal, the example which he gave us. And he said, when it comes to these things, you find lecturers, doctors, lawyers, those individuals try to keep up with what the society expects them to be. But the reality when it comes to their financials, they are not what they reflect the society to see, what they expect the society to see. And they said, one time he was going home and they found the individual who used to deliver Jaco to him was having a decent suit. And why is it so? Because this individual has really wealth. He had the amount which he was in a position to buy that decent suit. He was able to dress decently, not just because the society expects him to do so, but because he had the resources, he had the wealth, which most individuals who are not in a position to expect to be in this person's hands or wallet. You know, the society expects individuals who do manual works, for example, those individuals who have small businesses. I observed another video on YouTube where an individual was saying that selling fish brought him a lot of cash, decent amount, and he was able to sustain his family from the income which he was generating by selling just fish compared to when he was a teacher. When he was a teacher, you are expected to dress in a given manner. You are expected to live in a given area. You are expected to contribute a certain amount when you are invited to an Arambe. You are expected to talk a certain way. There are a lot of expectations when it comes to given professions. But when it comes, for example, you are self-employed, you can decide where you are comfortable to reside in order to ensure that your business is going to run smoothly. You can reside in a given society, in a given local area where a teacher may not be expected to live there, where a lawyer cannot be expected to live there. But you can be in a position to reside with those individuals who you earn higher income compared to them because you understand what it requires you to succeed. But for teachers, for lawyers, they need to keep up with the Jones and Joneses. If their neighbor buys a decent car, he also expects, or the society expects him to also own a decent car. The kids also to go in a decent school. You also are expected to live in a given neighborhood where the house which you own is expected to be with given electrical appliances, maybe a swimming pool, all of those things. Now, for you to be wealthy, you need to at least be in a position to have an independence when it comes to our decisions, when it comes to the decisions which you make. You can decide you need to give in a given area because you want to ensure you have become financially independent. You are not supposed to stay in a given rich neighborhood just because the society expects you to be there. That's the only way which you can go ahead and build your own wealth. And this, the idea of keeping up with the Jones and Joneses, I was exposed to it first in Robert Kiyosaki's book, Poor Dad, Rich Dad. Most individuals portray status. They want us to observe them that they are rich, they are wealthy. But those individuals who display their wealth through the cars they own, the latest models, the house which they live in, the TV screens which they possess, the latest refrigerator which they own, those individuals in reality, they are not wealthy. Some may be wealthy in terms of whether they inherited or maybe they own that wealth. But if you compare them with those individuals who are really wealthy, they don't come so close. Now, I think you should differentiate this clearly. If you really want to build some wealthy, then ensure you understand which game you are going to play. Are you going to play the status game? Are you going to play the wealthy game? There is a quote which maybe I will not be exact on how I articulate the words, but I believe it said the new money displays itself, but the old money is quiet. Individuals who have decent amount of money, you may find them driving second-hand cars. Driving those cars, individuals may not presume that they should be owned by wealthy individuals, but those who are displaying the decent models, the latest cars, the sports cars, those individuals in the real sense are not wealthy. They are just portraying, they are just trying to keep up. But when it comes to figures, to what they own, they may be paying huge mortgages, huge car loans, and that is not exactly what you want in order for you to be a wealthy person. To be a wealthy person, you need to be independent. You need to own your own car, not lease it. You need to possess it. Those are my thoughts. If you really want to play a status game or a wealthy game, what are your thoughts? Do you have a different opinion, or maybe I have changed your mind? See you in my next one. Don't like, don't share, and don't subscribe.